You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this past week, there's been a couple of issues going on that need to be addressed, and that I think you, the viewers, should be very well aware of. I'm not very keen on doing a video like this, but for this first part of the video, like I said, I think you guys should be aware of it, and then you can decide what you want to do about it on your own. It's your decision. Also, before I get started, understand that I'm going to explain a couple of things to give you some context on the subject matter. If you hear me saying or, mispronouncing certain words or terms, if anyone has ever uploaded to YouTube, you completely understand what I'm talking about. You have to choose your words carefully about some subjects, or YouTube is going to get rid of your video, copy strike you, whatever, claim that you're hate speech or whatever the thing is, that they do most. They will come after you for stating certain facts. That's just been proven. Now, there is a particular, sorry, if you hear me mispronounce something or say something, spell something wrong, I'm doing it on purpose, but you'll get the gist of what I'm talking about. You'll understand. There is a particular type of class, or so they claim, protected class, that a lot of institutions, such as your schools, colleges, government buildings, or certain corporations, big tech, the mainstream media, a so-called protected class, that's very minute percentage of people, like 0.01%, who are insane. But there's a lot of this stuff being pushed on people. It is literally a cult, an evil cult. And I do not know why exactly it's been pushed so hard, especially on our children, on the kids. It's just absolutely wrong. Now, with that being said, understand that not the entire, you've seen my videos from the past. If you want to be gay, go be gay. I don't care. Nobody cares about your sexual orientation. Nobody cares. But when you start targeting kids with it and you try to push it on other people, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay? Keep it to yourself. You know, like it's has been done for all this time until just here recently. And now all of a sudden it's being pushed everywhere. You see it everywhere. And it's just gotten ridiculous. And understand, I know that there are gay communities that do not support that crap at all. Going and targeting kids. They don't support that crap. It's that 0.01% and whatever, like WEF and, you know, Soros, Gates, you know, the Biden administration, they're all pushing that shit. Why? Ask yourself, why? Why are they going after kids? Anyways, you know, I see this crap going on where they're showing, you know, just here a day or so ago, they're putting that freaking pride flag in between two American flags on the White House, at our Capitol, on the UN. They're putting in pride flag. None of that shit belongs there. That fucking flag does not belong in our government, on our Capitol. It doesn't. Has nothing to do with the American flag. But yet it's being pushed. Why? Ask. Why? Okay. That being said, I'll get to the next part. I really wanted to talk about a TV show I just got done watching, but I'll have to save that till next time. If I don't get to it on this video. You'll see it next time. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is, and understand, I really don't want to, you know, come off like I'm attacking these particular YouTubers, because, you know, I've subscribed to them. I've watched them since like the beginning, when they had no one on their channels, no subscribers, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've been there since the beginning. There's a group of YouTubers that are, whether they realize it or not, they know what they're doing. You know, I know they do, because they've done videos on it. They're promoting a, you know, this particular type of movie, which is targeting kids. It's a cartoon movie. The whole Across the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, a woke garbage character, which, you know, Hollywood does that all the time. They create these woke garbage characters, and then they say, oh, they're from an alternate universe. They're not replacing the iconic characters. Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. That's their excuse for creating these woke characters every time. They're in an alternate universe. Fuck off with that alt universe bullshit. Anyways, if you've watched my videos, you know I do not care if someone else disagrees with my opinion on a particular movie or something. Like, you know, you may like this particular movie, but I don't. Or I like a particular movie, but you don't. I'm okay with that. I don't have no problem. And some of these YouTubers, I don't always agree with some of their opinions on certain movies. That's fine. I don't care. I don't have a problem with that. May razz them a little bit and give them a little hard time about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's just, just goofing off and messing with them. However, these movies, these cartoon movies with the whole Miles Morales shit, they literally did videos where they point out, just before it dropped, the movie dropped, they pointed out a bunch of crap from the 0.01% insane alphabet community that were pushing pedophile crap. And I do not support anything. I'm telling you right now, to all my viewers, I do not support anything that pushes that crap on kids, targets kids. Anything that targets kids, fuck off. I won't have anything to do with it. It's like the Bud Light effect that everybody's talking about. No, I'm not pushing that shit. I'm not going to take my kids to see it either. However, these YouTubers, even though they're the ones who did videos that pointed all this shit out, they turn around and say, oh, I took my kids to see this movie. Twice. 3 times. It's awesome. It's great. I took so-and-so Jr. to it twice. You know, shit like that. You know, it's an amazing movie. 8 out of 10. Look at the box office sales. It's doing so well. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. Even though they did videos pointing out the pedophile crap in it. I will not support that crap. And nobody is calling them out on their bullshit. Except for me. I'm the only one who's done it. If you want to know who I'm talking about, what YouTubers I'm talking about, you can go to my Twitter and look at some of the tweets I tweeted. Because I mentioned them, I name dropped them on Twitter. They're on there. And I do have some copies of some of their tweets showing that they're promoting that movie. Even though they know it has that crap in it. And they are all the time preaching how they do not support that crap. In fact, one of them even constantly, here lately, past few days, you know, that whole stupid shit that they're talking about, this guy that plays Call of Duty, some gamer, and he got banned from the gaming site because he said he wasn't about that crap. They're literally, this one particular guy from that group, he's constantly posting that shit. You know, and then he'll tweet, leave the children alone. And he's probably getting tired of me because I'm saying, okay, you know, you're promoting that shit, you're telling them to leave the children, but you're promoting this Spider-Man, or, sorry, not Spider-Man, this Miles Morales movie that literally has that crap in it that you pointed out. You pointed out. And you're supporting that movie, claiming how high the box office numbers are, and blah, 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 you know. I'm sorry. I'm going to call them out on their bullshit. I've said that before on this channel. You start promoting some real bullshit crap, I'm going to call you out on your shit. And, you know, they're all under this, the big guy. You know, there's one particular guy who, you know, they all group under his umbrella. They like work for him, even though a couple of them have their own little groups too. And they do like a live stream every week. And they talk about crap all the time. You know, but there's a few of them that are supporting that movie, knowing that you can go to their channels and they've done videos where they point out all the pedophile crap in the movie. the pry crap. They literally pointed out, and then they turn around and they're supporting the movie. Now, the only thing I could think of is that someone has paid them to push that movie.
You know who I am?
I mean, there's no way that even if they did like the story or whatever, and they know that crap's in it and it's targeting kids, why would they promote the movie? That's the only reason why I could think of. That they're paid shrills. And you get that feeling. I don't want to beat on these guys. I really don't, because, like I said, I've been watching them for years. I've been with them since the beginning. And then, one of these guys is from Crowder, Steven Crowder. I thought he was a decent dude. Had a kid, blah, 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 got married, seemed like a pretty well-rounded dude. But then, he started promoting this shit, telling people, he took his kid to it twice, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, like I said, I would never do that to my kid. I don't care if the movie was good or not. If it's targeting kids and they're pushing that shit subtly, that's what the problem is. A lot of times, these movies, they'll subtly put shit like that in the movie. And you don't even realize, a lot of parents don't even realize that that's how they're indoctrinating them. They're not always flat out in your face doing it, they're behind the scenes or, somewhere in the background or something. But they're pushing it on your kid. They're targeting your kids. And it's just to make it acceptable, and it's okay. But these guys they know better. They know what they're doing. And there's another guy that, he's kind of a guest YouTuber on their show quite a bit. And I saw him doing it too, and I was just like, what the fuck, man? And he's all, he's all the time getting on to Disney for, what they're doing with all their pedophile crap. He's saying that shit, tweeting shit like, leave the kids alone. They're all doing it. But they know this movie has that crap in it, and they're promoting the shit out of it. And I called them out on their bullshit. Only one of them has responded to me. He got pissed at me and called me a weird ass and to stay out of his mentions because he got busted. He knows I was stating facts and it pissed him the fuck off. Same thing with the other guys. They know I'm stating facts and they will not respond to me. But I am like the only person that's fucking calling them out on their bullshit. It's like I said, it's like, the whole don't meet your heroes because they're not really, what you think they are kind of shit. That's the feeling I got, because like I said, I've been watching these guys for a long time, and I've always pretty much, I like most of what they were saying and shit, and calling Holly Weird out on their woke bullshit and all that crap. But at the same time, I don't always agree with them. Like, all the feminist woke crap in the Super Mario Brothers cartoon movie that they were promoting, blah, blah, blah. That was great and blah, 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 but yet it has woke, and they're against woke garbage, and, they claim they're one thing and then do the completely opposite. They're grifters. They're grifting. And I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Because they've literally got on the grifters before. Some of their videos, you see them talk about other grifters, YouTubers that grift. Yet they're doing the same shit. Now, like I said, I really don't want to beat up on these guys. Damn it, man. It's, it's just sad and disappointing. Because, like I said, I watched these guys for years. I've enjoyed a lot of their content, and then just to see them supporting pedophile pride crap really pisses me off. It's just annoying. It's like, man, like I said, you know, you never know about the heroes syndrome, you know, where, you know, you idol somebody and then you meet them, you find out they're completely opposite of what you thought they were, type of shit, you know. That's how I feel about it. That's the feeling. You know, it disgusts me, it sickens me. It's really sad, because now I can't get behind these guys and some of the shit they're saying, because now I don't know what all was bullshit and what they're really about. It's so disheartening. You know, this guy, the main guy, the big guy, you know, he had a comic book store. He got out of the business when he saw the way, you know, the woke garbage started getting in the comic books, and then Hollyweird and blah blah blah. He claims he doesn't support that woke garbage, but I've actually seen them every now and then they will support a particular type of woke movie that has woke garbage in it. But at the same time, just about everything from Hollyweird, I don't care if it's a TV show or a movie, nowadays, since the Obama era, we've had woke crap, a lot of it, thrust into our entertainment. You know, you just almost, you can't, I think the only ones I've seen lately that doesn't, is Maverick and like John Wick. You know, but just about everything else has woke shit in it. So you almost can't escape it. Even if you do like the movie, you kind of just have to deal with some of the woke crap in it. But like I said, nobody's been calling them out on their bullshit except for me. None of them have responded to me but one person, and he got pissed at me because I stated facts, and he got mad, called me, resorted to name calling me. I was just like, what the fuck? You don't call me names now, dude? Seriously? I didn't call him a name. It's like, what the fuck, man? But whatever. I just thought you guys should be aware of it. Like I said, if you want to know who they are, just go to look up on your Twitter and look up my shit, and you'll see me talking to a few of them, calling them out on their bullshit. I name dropped them on there. You can go find them on there. But anyways, I can't, I've lost respect for them, is what's happened, because they're pushing that particular movie, knowing what's in the movie. But whatever. Like I said, to all my viewers, you will never see me support that pride pedophile crap. I won't do it. Ever. I don't care what you pay me. I'm not gonna fucking push some fucking woke ass garbage movie that has that shit in it. It's wrong on all levels. It is an insane cult that's being pushed by the extreme left. Anyways, enough of that. Let's just get on to your B-movie reviews. I'll do the review on the TV show next time. Well, one more thing I want to say. There was another YouTuber in his last video. I like him too. He seems like decent. He's got a lot of charisma. He's got a lot of followers. Like I said, all these YouTubers like have over 100,000 plus subscribers. You know, I've never been able to get that high, even though I've started nearly about the same time as some of these YouTubers. But I don't social media all the time. The only thing I do is Twitter and YouTube, as far as social media goes. I don't do anything else. They probably have Instagram and TikTok, which I'll never use after all the shit that's come out on that crap. You know, other stuff. I don't. But anyways, they usually will not talk to someone like me, a subscriber who's been with them since the beginning and supported them since the beginning. But they won't talk to me. You know, one of them's talked to me a couple times, and that's about it. Anyways, and even the one I'm fixing to mention never talked to me. But I've been there with them since he started making prank videos. Then he went to this dumpster diving bullshit. Now he's doing, you know, he's been doing it for quite a while. He's been doing like ghost hunting videos. But he's not a PI. I've been a PI for like 20 plus years. But he's not. Anyways, in his last video, he claimed that, you know, a lot of people in the paranormal community are toxic. And I agreed with him to a point. But it's mainly the people on YouTube who are in the paranormal community who are usually toxic. And he does it too. You know, he claims, oh, well, I don't do this or that. But yeah, he does. I've seen him do it. Like, you know, he'll go put it on his thumbnails like I told him, you know, I agree with you to a point, but them thumbnails and shit, dude, it's got to stop. Like, he'll put demon on there, but they all do it. They'll put, oh, I got scratched by a demon or hit by a demon, blah, 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 you know. Which there's not really no such thing. You have 3 different types of bad spirits. One is a human spirit that's just angry or upset. Then you have the animal spirit. There are so-called animal spirits, you know, that may growl or something, but it's not a fucking demon. It's probably some dead dog or something. You know, that's possible. And then the last one is the only one that I would even come close to considering what might be like demonesque. And that is the ancient spirit. Like something that's just never left. It's been here from like thousands and thousands of years. You know, you just never know what that is. You know, maybe a dinosaur, dead dinosaur spirit or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying it's older than fuck. You don't know what it is. That's the only thing close to that I would consider demon. But you see that a lot of times in their thumbnails. Oh, this demon, we caught a demon, blah, 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 whatever. Same thing with the skinwalker obsessions. You know, oh, we ran across a skinwalker. No, you didn't. Stop fucking lying. Stop. You know, or the Ouija board. The Ouija board. We played with the Ouija board. We opened the portal to hell. Blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't. Fuck off. That Ouija board nonsense has been debunked 100 fucking times. You can see videos and research on it. It's been debunked. It's just a board with a whatever, a plaque or whatever they call it. That's all it is. The only time that board may be considered haunted is if there's a spirit attached to the board. You know, there have been instances where recorded, researched, where sometimes spirits will attach themselves to an object. That's the only way. Now, the last one I see a lot of times is, oh, I used a psychic medium. I found this psychic medium. Bullshit. No, you didn't. I'm sorry. But psychic mediums, true psychic mediums, are super, super extremely rare. That all them fucking so-called psychic mediums you see like on the television shows, like on Travel Channel and shit, bullshit. They're fake, dude. They've been busted. They all have. Fake. So I just laugh when I see someone post, oh, I went to this place with a medium, blah, blah, blah. And she told me this. Why is it always a female, too? It's almost 90% a female. Like, get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. They are not. But anyways, that's, you know, I like the dude who does the ghost hunting. He's super popular on YouTube, but at the same time, I'm telling you, yo, he pulls some shit too, dude. You know, I still watch him though, because some of his videos are still interesting and fun to watch. But, you know, stop it, dude. You know, you're part of the problem. Don't pretend like it's everybody else. You know, and he does this whining thing like he wants you to feel sorry for him. You know, he clickbaits people all the fucking time. With a lot of YouTubers do with that thumbnail shit. Fuck that crap. Anyways, moving on. Let's get on to your B-movie reviews. I've taken way too long talking about that nonsense. Alright, movie holics. This week is Horror Week. And I've got two old classics to talk about. They're from the 70s. So they're pretty old classics. Now, one thing I want to mention is, you know, I really have never noticed all the feminism or woke shit in some of these older movies. You know, when I first seen them, or, you know, movies I haven't seen from the past, you know, like the 70s, a lot of 70s movies that I've never watched. I grew up in the 80s, so most of the 80s I've seen. So if I'm reviewing an 80s flick, more than likely I've probably have already seen it once before. But anyways, I never noticed any of the feminism woke bullshit in some of these movies until in fact, I never even paid attention to any kind of political crap or, you know, evil cult shit in movies until Obama got in the White House. After that, I started noticing this because it became more prominent, pushed in your face. That's when I started noticing it. And now that I'm watching some of this older stuff, I'm going, holy shit. They were putting it in this crap long before. I never even paid attention or noticed. But anyways, regardless, you know, it's there. A lot of people don't even know it's there. You know, it's subtle. They get you indoctrinated subtly. But anyways, the first movie I watched, and this one was recommended to me by my good friends from the Hollywood Horror Museum. If you don't know who they are, go on Twitter and check them out. They have some decent stuff on there. I don't agree with all the stuff they do, but some of it's okay. Some of the recommendations are alright. The first one is the original Tales from the Crypt film, done in 1972. It made about $3 million worldwide, and it starred Joan Collins and Ralph Richardson. Now, I don't give a fuck what you say. The 60s and 70s, the Brits pretty much were the kings of horror back then. Like, they dominated the horror market. It wasn't until the 80s started, that, you know, late 70s, early 80s, that America started dominating instead. But at first, they pretty much dominated the horror market. Now, this movie basically is an anthology. It tells about five stories of how people died, and then why they're there with the Crypt Keeper. I mean, the beginning of the movie pretty much shows them all show up at this cave, and they go in this cave, and they don't realize what they're actually doing there, or why they showed up there. And then the Crypt Keeper goes and tells them, sit down, I have something to show you. I promise you I have a purpose. You're here for a reason. And then one by one, you know, he reveals how they died to them and why they are there. Most of the stories actually weren't that bad. It wasn't really gory or grim for the most part, but it was okay. It wasn't bad storytelling. Now, a few of the stories I did think was a little bit off or strange. Like the very first one, you know, it's the woman. There's only one woman. She kills her husband, and then, you know, she hears on the radio there's an escaped inmate at an insane asylum who's a serial killer, and he just happens to go to her house. Of all the houses, their house. Now, she's trying to cover up, or, you know, hide the body of her husband, blah, blah, blah. When this guy in the Christmas suit, you know, obviously the escaped inmate, he shows up, the little girl lets him in, and he kills her. Or not the little girl, but the woman, her mother. You know, it's just karma. And all the stories are pretty much like that the, you know, Crypt Keeper shows them. One didn't make really any sense. Like, it showed it twice almost, because he was like dreaming in his own story, and he had a car crash, and that one made no sense. I didn't get why they had to show it twice, even if he was dreaming. It was just dumb that they did it twice. And then the one that didn't make any sense whatsoever was there was this guy who got a delivery, this artifact that supposedly grants 3 wishes. Well, his wife, you know, starts wishing on it. She ends up getting him killed. Then she ends up bringing him back to life, but wants him to live forever, so he can't die. She then hacks his ass up with a sword, trying to kill him again. And her buddy that's there at the house, the family friend, reminds her, hey, you can't kill him. You wished him to live forever. You know, and then it goes back to the Crypt Keeper and that guy, and he's like, so why am I here? You know, it didn't make no sense. If he could live forever, even though he's all hacked up, he's still alive, What the fuck is he doing in hell? That makes no sense. Anyways, for a 70s flick, an older flick, it was actually pretty decent. The storytelling was not too bad. A little strange, but again, not too bad. The 70s had some weird ideas and shit, but for the most part, it's a decent movie. I give it 2 thumbs up. Check it out. If you're a huge horror fan, you won't be disappointed. Okay, the next one on the list is one that I've heard of, talk about a lot as far as the horror scene goes. It was done in 1975, but it's strange, it only made 600,000 worldwide. Now, may due to the fact that it's an Italian film, you know, foreign film, I'm not for sure. Anyways, the movie's called Deep Red. It starred David Hemmings and Daria Nicoldi. Not sure how you pronounce that. But like I said, I'd heard this film talked a lot about because it does a first-person killer view, which was one of the very first films to do it. Sort of like Black Christmas. Same thing. They did a first-person view in that movie too, a serial killer type movie. So it's one of the originals to do that. The movie basically evolves around, at the very beginning, there's this psychic who, you know, feels the presence of some killer in the room. And of course the killer's got to kill her to keep her silent. But this pianist that lives up above her in the same apartment building, he witnesses it. And he swears his buddy, who was drunk at the time, saw the killer, but his buddy says, no, I vaguely remember someone walking by with a brown trench coat, you know, which he noticed from the apartment building, someone walking away from the building in a brown trench coat. The pianist did. His buddy says, I vaguely remember seeing someone like that walk by, even though I was drunk and on the street drunk next to this bar. But anyways, so through the rest of the film, the pianist, he's trying to find out who the killer is. But it seems the killer is always one step ahead of him, trying to erase evidence or clues. The pianist does have this woman who's a complete feminist. She basically tells him she's a feminist. Anyway, she's a reporter and she's trying to help him out. See what I mean? You know, you really don't notice the feminism, the evil cult feminism crap in some of these movies and TV shows. You know, I never paid attention to it until, you know, Obama got in office. But anyways, they work together to find the killer, and towards the end of the movie, he thinks it's his buddy that was drunk, because he shows up and he tries to kill him. But at the last minute, you know, you don't see them except for at the very first murder. These cops, they show up at the last minute and kill this dude. So everybody thinks it's over. They killed the killer. Blah, blah, blah. And then at the very end of the movie, he remembers something about when he first walked into the apartment, that when he found the dead psychic, that he witnessed, the murder he witnessed, that there was somebody else there, a woman. Well, come to find out, it was his buddy's mother, who was actually the killer. She was nutso, and she starts to try to kill him, but then he knocks her back into this elevator and pushes the button, and her chain gets caught in the elevator and decapitates her, and that's the end of the movie. You see her head roll off, and you see his reflection in a pile of her blood, or a puddle of her blood, and that's the end of the movie. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty interesting. They had some... It was a murder mystery type movie. It wasn't bad. You know, I like murder mystery type movies and shit, stories. So it wasn't too bad. I liked it. If you're a horror fan, you definitely got to give this at least a one watch, you know. I mean, it's cheesy. You know, it's a foreign Italian film, but, you know, it wasn't bad for what it was. It was fairly decent. I'm glad I watched it. Another film that was also mentioned by my good friends Hollywood Horror Museum. Check them out. Again, I don't always agree with some of the stuff they say or like or whatever, but this one wasn't bad either. 2 thumbs up. Definitely give it a watch. I do have to mention one scene in there it was just funny. He goes to look at this house, and he meets with the guy who owns or caretaker of the house or whatever, and his daughter, who's nuts. I mean, you can tell she's nuts. She's schizo. You know, she doesn't come off that way, but you know, subtly you see signs that she's a loon. She's like stabbing fucking animals and shit with pins and crap and doing some weird stuff. There's this one scene he slaps the fuck out of her. Tells her, you know, I told you you shouldn't be doing that shit. Blah, blah, blah. Don't be doing it. Yada, yada. And she says, yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. She grins and laughs and walks away. Well, then it pans down and it shows that she stabbed the fuck out of like a lizard or some shit right through the neck with a pin or something. That's why I said she's nuts. It was weird. It was a weird scene. But anyways,
You know who I am?
check it out. It was all right. It wasn't too bad. It had some weird shit in it, but it was all right. Okay, Movie-holics, that's all I have for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you have any suggestions, like if you know any underrated movies, or you know, movies you think I've never have heard of because they're not like real popular or anything, please leave your suggestions down in the comment sections down below. I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you just been told.